A 7-year-old boy in an expensive suit kneels on the dirty sidewalk. In his small hands, a diamond ring catches the afternoon sun. The street girl selling flowers stares at him, frozen. "Will you marry me?" he asks. Behind him, a convoy of black Mercedes cars waits. This isn't a joke. This is life or death. Lagos, Nigeria. Rush hour. The third mainland bridge is packed with cars, hawkers, and noise. Amara Johnson sits on a wooden crate at the roadside, arranging white roses in small bouquets. She's 19, but looks older. Life does that. Her yellow dress is faded, but clean. Her feet are dusty. She's been here since 6 a.m. So far, she sold only 3 flowers. 15 naira profit. Not even enough for dinner. Her stomach growls. She ignores it. A black Mercedes convoy suddenly pulls up. Traffic stops. People stare. The door of the middle car opens. A little boy steps out. He can't be more than 7 years old. He's wearing a custom-made navy blue suit, polished shoes, and a Rolex watch that probably costs more than Amara will ever see in her lifetime. His name is Marcus Bennett, and he's looking directly at her. Marcus walks toward Amara. His steps are confident. His face is serious. Too serious for a child. Amara stands up quickly, confused. "Olga, you need flour?" she asks nervously. Marcus doesn't answer. Instead, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small velvet box. He opens it. Inside is a diamond ring, so bright it hurts to look at. Then, right there on the dusty Lagos roadside, he kneels down. "Will you marry me?" Marcus asks. His voice is clear, calm, and completely sincere. Amara's mouth drops open. Around them, people start gathering. Phones come out. Videos start recording. This is going to go viral. Amara shakes her head, thinking it's a prank. "Olga Pekin, stop playing. Where is your mama?" But Marcus doesn't move. His eyes are filled with something strange. Desperation and sadness. A tall woman in a sharp black blazer steps out car. Her name is Grace Williams, Marcus's aunt. She walks over with quick, angry steps. "Marcus, get up right now," she hisses. But Marcus doesn't budge. "Auntie Grace, I told you, I'm going to marry her." Grace's jaw tightens. She looks at Amara like she's dirt. "You, girl, whatever game you're playing, forget it. Walk away now." Amara is shaking. "Madam, I don't understand what's happening. I'm just selling flowers." Grace pulls out a thick envelope from her bag and throws it at Amara's feet. Cash spills out. "There, that's 50,000 naira. Take it and disappear." Amara looks at the money. It's more than she makes in 6 months. But something about this feels wrong. She bends down, picks up the envelope, and hands it back. "I don't know what this is about," Amara says firmly, "but I don't take money I didn't work for." Grace's eyes widen. She didn't expect that. Marcus smiles, just a little. "See, Auntie Grace? I told you she's different." Grace grabs Marcus by the arm. "Get in the car. Now." Marcus pulls away. No, not until she says yes. The crowd is growing. People are whispering, recording, laughing. This is chaos. Then from the lead car, a man's voice cuts through the noise. Weak but commanding. "Grace, bring the girl here." Everyone turns. The door of the first car opens slowly. A man steps out, leaning on a cane. His name is Richard Bennett, 52 years old, billionaire, CEO of Bennett Global Industries, and dying. His face is pale. His hands tremble. He looks like a man running out of time. Amara is led to Richard's car. She sits in the back seat, heart pounding. The leather smells expensive. Marcus climbs in beside her, still holding the ring. Richard looks at her with tired eyes. "I'm sorry for the scene," he says softly, "but my son is serious. And so am I." Amara's voice shakes. "Sir, I don't understand." Richard coughs. It's a deep, painful sound. "I have stayed for cancer. The doctors gave me 3 months, maybe less." Richard continues. "Before I die, I want to see my son happy, settled, protected." Amara frowns, but he's 7 years old. Richard nods. I know how it sounds. But Marcus believes, truly believes, that you're meant to be his wife. He saw you 3 weeks ago when we drove past. He hasn't stopped talking about you since. He says you have kind eyes. Amara looks at Marcus. He's staring at her like she's the answer to everything. This is crazy, Amara whispers. I'm not even educated. I sell flowers on the street. I don't belong in your world. Richard leans forward. That's exactly why Marcus chose you. In his heart, he knows, real love isn't about money or status. It's about the soul. He pulls out a document. I'm offering you 10 million naira. Marry my son in name only. Just a ceremony. Legal on paper. You don't have to live with him. Just let him have this memory before I'm gone. Amara's head is spinning. 10 million naira. That kind of money could change her entire life. Her brother Emmanuel could go to school. They could leave the slum. She could finish her own education. But marriage? To a child? Even in name only, it feels wrong. Why me? She asks. Richard smiles weakly. Because my son has better instincts than most adults. He sees something in you. And frankly, so do I. Grace interrupts. Richard, this is insane. You're letting a street girl manipulate a dying man and a child. Richard's eyes harden. Grace, I love you, but this is my decision. My son's happiness, not yours. Grace's face goes red. She storms out of the car, slamming the door. Outside, the crowd is still watching. Amara feels trapped. 10 million naira. Her brother's future. Her own survival. But at what cost? Can I think about it? Amara asks. Richard nods. You have 24 hours. Marcus, give her your number. Marcus pulls out a phone, yes, a 7-year-old with an iPhone, and hands it to Amara. Their fingers touch. Amara feels a strange warmth. Not romantic. Something else. Like family. Marcus smiles. I'll wait for your answer. But I already know what it will be. Amara steps out of the car, holding the phone like it's a bomb. That night, Amara sits in her one-room apartment in Ajigunal. Her younger brother Emmanuel, 12 years old, is eating Gary and groundnut for dinner. Again, she tells him everything. Emmanuel's eyes go wide. Sister, 10 million? Are you mad? Say yes. Amara shakes her head. It's not right, Emma. They're using us. Emmanuel grabs her hand. Sister, we're already being used. By poverty. By this country. This is our chance. Take it. The next morning, Amara calls a number. Grace answers. Her voice is cold. So? What's your decision, street rat? Amara takes a deep breath. I'll do it, but I have conditions. Grace laughs bitterly. Conditions? You? Amara's voice is steady. Yes. My brother goes to the best school. I get to finish my education. And the money is transferred before any ceremony. Silence. Then Grace speaks. Fine. Be at the Bennett estate tomorrow at noon. Don't be late. The Bennett estate is like something out of a movie. High gates. Fountain. Security everywhere. Amara and Emmanuel arrive in a taxi. The guard almost doesn't let them in until Grace's assistant comes. They're led through marble hallways. Emmanuel whispers, Sister, we don't belong here. Amara squeezes his hand. We belong anywhere we decide to be. But inside, her heart is racing. What has she agreed to? They're brought to Richard's study. He's sitting in a wheelchair now, thinner than before. Marcus is beside him, coloring in a book. When Marcus sees Amara, his whole face lights up. You came. He runs to her and hugs her legs. Amara's heart cracks a little. He's just a child. A lonely, scared child. She kneels down. I came. Marcus grins. I knew you would. I prayed to God. And he answered. Richard explains the plan. A small private ceremony in 2 weeks. Just family. Papers will be signed. Legally binding but symbolic. Amara will receive the money in installments. First payment, 2 million naira. Today, Emmanuel will start at Greenfield Academy next term. Amara will enroll at the University of Lagos. Richard coughs violently. Blood appears on his handkerchief. Marcus's smile fades. Daddy, are you okay? Richard nods weakly. I'm fine, son. Just tired. Grace storms into the room. This is a mistake, Richard. I'm telling you. Richard looks at her calmly. Grace, you've always been protective. But sometimes protection becomes control. Let me do this my way. Grace's eyes fill with tears. Real tears. I just don't want you to regret this. Or Marcus to get hurt. Richard reaches for her hand. I know, but trust me, this feels right. Grace looks at Amara with cold, assessing eyes. Then she leaves without another word. Over the next 2 weeks, Amara visits the estate daily. Marcus insists on it. They spend time together, playing games, watching cartoons, talking. Marcus tells her about his mother, who died when he was 3. He doesn't remember her face, just her voice, soft and warm. He says Amara's voice sounds like that. Amara feels something shift inside her. This isn't about money anymore. This little boy is breaking through her walls, and it scares her. Emmanuel settles into Greenfield Academy. He comes home every day with stories. Sister, the classrooms have air conditioning, and the library has thousands of books. Amara smiles, watching him glow with hope. For the first time in years, her brother looks like a child, not a survivor, just a kid. That alone makes everything worth it. Even if the rest of the world thinks she's crazy. Even if she thinks she's crazy. 3 days before the ceremony, Richard collapses. Marcus finds him on the floor of his bedroom. The boy screams for help. Doctors rush in. Amara gets a panic call. She arrives at the estate within an hour. Marcus is sitting outside his father's room, crying. She sits beside him and holds him. He's going to leave me, Marcus sobs. Just like Mommy. Amara doesn't lie. Maybe, but not today. Not yet. Marcus buries his face in her shoulder. Richard stabilizes. Barely. The doctors say he has weeks, not months. Richard calls Amara into his room alone. I need to tell you something, he says, his voice weak, about why I really agreed to this. Amara listens. Richard explains. 20 years ago, he was engaged to a woman named Joy. She was poor from Adjugunal. His family rejected her. He obeyed them and married someone suitable instead. Joy disappeared. He never saw her again. He's regretted it his whole life. When Marcus chose you, Richard continues, I saw joy in your eyes. That same fire. That same strength. I realized this was my chance to do what I should have done decades ago. To choose love over status. Amara's eyes fill with tears. What happened to her? To Joy? Richard's face darkens. I don't know. I searched for years. Then I stopped. I thought she moved on. But I never did. He coughs. Blood again. Promise me something, Amara. Teach Marcus that love is real. That it's worth fighting for. The day of the ceremony arrives. A small chapel on the estate. White flowers everywhere. Emmanuel sits in the front row, wearing a suit for the first time in his life. Grace stands by the door, arms crossed, silent. Marcus wears a tiny tuxedo. He looks like a little man. Amara wears a simple white dress, not a wedding gown. She refused that. This isn't a real wedding. It's a promise, a performance. But as she walks down the aisle, something feels different. Real. The pastor, clearly uncomfortable, begins. We are gathered here for a very unique ceremony. This union is symbolic, a gesture of love and commitment between two souls. Marcus holds Amara's hand. His grip is tight. Scared. Amara looks down at him and smiles. You okay? She whispers. He nods. I'm okay because you're here. Richard watches from his wheelchair, tears streaming down his face. His breathing is labored. He looks like he's holding on by sheer will. Do you, Marcus Bennett, take Amara Johnson to be your wife? The pastor asks. Marcus's voice is loud and clear. I do. Everyone smiles. Some people even laugh, wiping tears. The pastor turns to Amara. And do you, Amara Johnson, take Marcus Bennett to be your husband? Amara looks at Marcus. His eyes are so full of hope, so full of trust. She thinks about Joy, about Richard. About second chances. She takes a breath. I do. They exchange rings. Marcus's is too small for Amara's finger, so she wears it on her pinky. Hers is way too big for Marcus, so it goes on his thumb. Everyone claps. Richard tries to stand but stumbles. Grace rushes to him. Richard, sit down. But Richard waves her off. He walks, slowly, painfully, to Marcus and Amara. He places a hand on each of their heads. God bless you both, he whispers. Then he collapses. Chaos erupts. Richard is rushed to the hospital wing of the estate. Doctors swarm. Marcus is hysterical, screaming. Amara holds him back, tears streaming down her own face. Please, God, don't take my daddy. Marcus cries. Amara doesn't know what to pray. She just holds the boy tighter. Hours pass. Finally, a doctor emerges. His face is grim. He's awake, but you need to see him now. He doesn't have much time. Marcus runs. Amara follows. Richard lies in bed, tubes and wires everywhere. His breathing is shallow. Marcus climbs onto the bed and curls up beside him. Daddy, don't go. Please. Richard strokes his son's hair. I'm so proud of you, Marcus. You're braver than I ever was. He looks at Amara. Come closer. Amara steps forward. Richard reaches for her hand. I need to tell you something. About Joy. His voice is fading. She had your last name. Johnson. From Adjugunal. She had a daughter. A little girl. Named her after a flower. Amara's blood runs cold. What was her daughter's name? Richard's eyes close. I never knew, but Joy always said if she had a daughter, she'd name her after hope. Amara's hand starts shaking. My mother's name was Joy. She died when I was 11. She never talked about my father, just said he was a good man who made a bad choice. Richard's eyes fly open. What? Grace, standing nearby, gasps. No, this can't be. The room falls silent. Amara is frozen. You're saying you're my father? Richard's face crumbles. Tears pour down. Oh, God. Oh, God, what have I done? Grace steps back, covering her mouth. Emmanuel, who has been standing at the door, walks in. Sister, what's happening? Amara can't speak. Her whole body is numb. Marcus looks between them, confused. What does this mean? Grace finds her voice. It means this marriage can't happen. They're family. But Richard shakes his head violently. No, you don't understand. He coughs, blood everywhere. Marcus and Amara, they're not blood related. Marcus's mother wasn't Joy. She was someone else. Someone I married because I lost Joy. He looks at Amara, desperation in his eyes. You're my daughter, my child that I abandoned. And Marcus is my son from another woman. Your siblings, half-siblings. The weight of this crashes over everyone. Amara faints. When Amara wakes up, she's on a couch. Emmanuel is beside her. Sister, drink water. She takes the cup, hands trembling. Marcus is sitting on the floor, staring at her. So you're my sister? He asks quietly. Amara nods, tears streaming. I guess so. Marcus thinks for a moment. Then he smiles. That's even better. I prayed for a mom. God gave me a sister instead. That's good too. Amara starts crying harder. He's so innocent, so pure. Richard calls them all back to his room. His time is running out. Amara, he gasps. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have fought for your mother. I should have found you. I failed you both. Amara walks to his bedside. Anger, grief, and love all war inside her. Why didn't you look harder? She asks, her voice breaking. Richard cries. I did, for years. But Joy changed her name. Disappeared. I thought she hated me. I didn't know she died. I forgive you, Amara says suddenly. Everyone turns to her in shock. Even she's surprised. But the words keep coming. I forgive you because my mother loved you. She never said your name, but she'd smile when she talked about him. She never hated you. And if she forgave you, then so do I. Richard sobs. Thank you. Thank you, my daughter. Grace is crying too now. I'm sorry, Amara. I judged you. I was cruel. Forgive me too. Amara nods. I forgive you. Richard's hand reaches for Marcus. Son, you did something incredible. You brought our family back together. You have the purest heart I've ever seen. Marcus snuggles close. I just wanted you to be happy, Daddy. Richard kisses his forehead. I am. I finally am. He looks at Amara. Take care of him. He's your brother now. Teach him what I failed to teach. How to love without fear. Amara nods, unable to speak. Richard closes his eyes. I'm ready now. Richard Bennett dies peacefully at 3:47 a.m. Marcus is asleep on his chest. Amara is holding his hand. Grace is on her knees, praying. Emmanuel stands at the door, silent tears falling. The doctors confirm it. Time of death recorded, but there's no panic, no chaos, just peace. Richard looks like he's finally resting. The storm is over. The end has come. But somehow, it feels like a beginning. The funeral is massive. Hundreds attend. Politicians, businessmen, celebrities. But the front row is just family. Marcus, Amara, Emmanuel, and Grace. The media goes wild with the story. Billionaire's secret daughter revealed. Street girl was the heir all along. But Amara doesn't care. She's not there for them. She's there for the man who gave her life twice. Once at birth, once at his death. Marcus holds her hand through the entire ceremony. When they lower the casket, Marcus whispers, Goodbye, Daddy. I'll make you proud. Richards will read 3 days later. To everyone's shock, he left 40% of Bennett Global Industries to Amara, 20% to Marcus, held in trust until he's 18, 20% to Emmanuel for his education and future, the remaining 20% to Grace, with the condition that she mentors Amara in running the company. The lawyer finishes. He also left a letter. He hands it to Amara. Her hands shake as she opens it. The letter reads, My dearest Amara, by the time you read this, I'll be gone, but I'll be watching over you. I failed your mother. I failed you, but I refuse to fail you again. This company is your birthright, not because of blood, but because you have what it takes. You have joy's fire. You have strength. You have heart. Marcus chose you for a reason. He saw what I was too blind to see years ago. Your family. You always were. Lead with love. Teach Marcus the same. Make the Bennett name mean something good. I love you, my daughter. Your father, Richard. Amara folds a letter and presses it to her chest. Grace walks over and sits beside her. I was wrong about you, Grace says softly. Richard saw what I refused to see. You're exactly what this family needs. Amara looks at her. I don't know how to run a company. Grace smiles. You'll learn, and I'll teach you, not because I have to, but because Richard trusted you. And so will I. They shake hands. Then Grace pulls her into a hug. It's awkward at first, then real. 6 months later, Amara walks through the halls of Bennett Global Industries. She's wearing a tailored suit. Her hair is styled. She looks like she belongs. But she hasn't forgotten where she came from. She started a foundation for street vendors, scholarships for poor children. Emmanuel is thriving at Greenfield Academy. He wants to be a doctor. Marcus is doing well, too. He visits Amara's office every day after school. They do homework together. Sometimes he asks about Richard. Amara tells him stories. Good ones. True ones. One evening, Marcus and Amara sit on the balcony of the estate, watching the sunset. Sister Amara, Marcus says, Do you think Daddy is proud of us? Amara smiles. I know he is. Marcus nods. I'm glad I proposed to you that day. Amara laughs. Me too, even though it was the craziest thing ever. Marcus grins. It wasn't crazy. It was God's plan. Amara pulls him close. He rests his head on her shoulder. And for the first time in her life, Amara feels it. Home, family, love, the kind that lasts forever. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories. See you in the next one. Asterisk, asterisk.